Hello. Please come to your seated pose. Giving yourself the support you need with puffs throughout the practice and staying warm and hydrated in this windswept time of year. Staying grounded and your self-care. The grounding here is in the pelvis and the legs, the feet, where do you touch the earth? Make a clear connection there. Make sure that it's steady and comfortable. Give yourself support or alternative sitting. Bring gentle weight to your spine. The shoulders have a down relax on the rib cage, and then the spine is long through the back of the neck. Bring your thumb to the space between your nose and your lips. And bring out your pinky finger. Gaze there for a moment with soft and open gazing. Release your hand and keep your gaze there. Blinking as needed. Staring into the void. Maybe one more breath. Give yourself a moment to close and blink. Tucking your chin towards your chest. Closing eyes, the gaze falls down into the heart center. Without looking, let your hands find each other. Feel their energy, line them up. Bring them to your heart, lifting the skin of the heart center so the shoulder blades come together and down the back. See what the quality of each place, all impermanent forms. Exhale. Lift your chin, lengthen your neck, breathe in deeply. Release. Bringing your right arm behind your back so the internal shoulder is wrapped behind your waist, and your left arm up, shoulder down, ear towards the shoulder. So gently, just the lightest touch of the fingertips. Settle your gaze. If there's some background noise, just check in the mutation situation. Me. Okay, let that feel complete to that side. Releasing your top arm first. Wrap that arm behind your waist, sitting tall, grounding into the earth. Light touch, ear towards the shoulder. Settle, mind on breath. Settle body into each shape. One way we know that we're working to a nice degree with everything is the ability to stay steady for the 5 breaths. One more exhale. Releasing your right hand, head back to center. Hug your elbows behind your back. Hug up as much as it feels good. Lifting your face, gaze down your nose. Trying to lengthen the throat, front of the neck. Always a downward gaze every time we go back like this. Causing no harm. Ahimsa. One more breath. Then release your hands to the earth behind you in an easy way, fingers back, and sides coming on out. Bring your feet to the earth and stretch out your legs. Draw back your toes. Go back and forth a few times with mindfulness. Just letting energy flow. Lifting out of your shoulders. There's no collapsing into the shoulders here. Lift your heart. Infinity pose to the right side. So crossing your left leg over your right, rolling to that side of your seat and leg. Arms find space. So depending on the length of your arms, they come out, open hands. Find the gaze down your nose, 5 breaths. Lifting out of the shoulders. Not putting too much pressure on anything. One more breath. Roll back to your seat, not very far, over to the other side, cross the feet the other way. Roll to the left side of your leg and seat and bring your arms out, hands open. Lift out of your shoulders, 5 breaths. Awakening the side body. Work with yourself with each choice. One more time. Exhale, back to your seat. Bring your legs in, cross your ankles. Hands come up front of your knees. Come over your feet carefully and come back into puppy pose. The arms long, elbows up. Toes touch or not, your choice. Head down. Big breaths in the back body. Press into your front ribs to create that opening into the back. The breath will do that. Just work with it. One more time. Pulling up to tabletop. Ground your feet. Spread your hands. They can be in front of the shoulders. Spinning outward, open, intelligent, amazing hands. Look back at your right pinky toe. 5 breaths. Let your thumbs relax. One more time. In each shape, just the right amount. Slowly to center and back at the other toe. Ground your feet. For 1. Establishing the Ujjayi Pranayama, the victorious breathing. Gentle sound. Slow pauses. They don't have to be big ones, just a little space between in-breath and out-breath. One more time. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Coming back to center. Reversing the hands. Walk your hands out to the side to start to spin your hands externally. You may stop at any point. Please do not harm. If this doesn't work for you, it's okay. Cat pose for 5 breaths. Tuck under your tail, lift through your mid-back, head down. Curious is a good attitude to have. One more breath. Relax your spine. Carefully spin your hands back. Going back to child's pose, let the arms straight. Hips high or low, head down. Two more breaths. Slide on out to your belly. It's a little bit of a playful mood in that transition out to the belly. Give yourself a moment to rock your pelvis side to side, creating that open connection with the front of your body. Where do you touch the earth on your front body? Neck nice and long, hands and feet grounding. Pull your hands back to lift your chest off the ground to any degree. Seal pose. It doesn't need to be a big movement. Be with the quality of this shape. Some poses are pranic, some poses are apanic. This is a pranic pose. It is full of vital energy. One more breath. And release. Bringing your right cheek to the earth. Arms comfortably grounded. Heels resting out. Let go of effort. Apanic. Grounding. Shoulders drawing down the back gently. One more breath. Bring your head back to center. Reach each leg long, lift and lower, bring together, lift and lower, bring together, big toes touching. Reach out your arms, breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze your elbows down into your sides, 5 breaths. Long neck. Active, squeezing shoulder blades together. Use your legs. One more time. Exhale, come down. Turn your cheek the other way, heels out, shoulders down the back. And 5. Releasing your head back to center. The gesture of new beginnings, the woven fingers, come to your forearms. Lift up your belly, walk your knees in one at a time. Transition to dolphin pose. Tuck your toes, knees lift, head down. Not too much pressure on the hands. Sometimes it's nice to reset the forearms into the earth and then press into them, legs firm, going back. Uplift in the low belly. One more time, deeply breathe. And bring down your knees. Rise up to kneeling. Roll your shoulders back and out a few times. Down each of your feet into the earth. Bring your hands to the back of your body, wrapping them around your thighs or wherever they reach. Work with your proportions. Pelvis forward, lift your heart, gaze down your nose. Little preparation for camel, not a big movement. Pranic, yes. Deepen your exhales. One more time. Pelvis back underneath, releases the pose. Downward facing dog, spread your hands, lift your knees. Refine as needed, head down. So if you're okay in the shape, you don't have to change anything. If something's not working, you can change it. Do that early, if possible. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step your feet forward one at a time. Coming up with the knees bent, stand. Reach, inhale. Spread your feet. Exhale, bring your arms down into your sides. One of Arjuna's poses with the bow and arrow symbology. Left hand pulling back, right hand pushing forward. Send it around to the right side. Let your feet turn out so you're not straining your knees to turn. This is an active reaching of the arms away from each other. Side eyes. The archer. One more breath. Activate it a little more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Release your hands. And at the end, come back to center. Other side. Feel the energy flowing. Right hand pulling back. Left hand pushing forward. Let your belly turn. Feet can turn to go the other way. Look, aiming behind you. Stretching across the chest. Rhythmic breathing. One more time, a little more energy, a little more squeezing. Breathing in. Take aim and release. And come back to center. Feel the energy rising. Hands to shoulders. And step to the front section of your mat. Greeting the sun. Inhale, upward arms, upward face. Lift your ribs. Slowly breathe out, so you can wait to breathe out. Maybe start the fold and then breathe out, coming down. Move with the breath. Your own range of motion. Straighten your arms and spine, half lifting pose, breathing in. Uplift in the low belly, bend your knees, spread your hands, right leg back, left leg back, exhale, plank pose. 5 more breaths. Active pressing into the earth. Feeling that you can bring down your knees or have your hips higher if you need to. One more time. And bring down your knees where they are. And see if that works with your upward facing dog. Just breathe freely, guiding your pelvis forward, arms strong and straight. Pay attention in your low back. You can do a little tail tuck energy there. Opening the front body is always pranic. One more time. Slowly through tabletop, back to down dog or puppy with the knees on the floor. 5 breaths. Downward dog is a forward fold and is calming by nature. Open hands. Feel that openness in your armpits and your chest. Broad back. And patience. Once more. Returning to the half lift pose is the 7th position. Inhaling when you're ready. Ashto 8, fold forward, breathe out. Stand up with the power of your legs. 9, reaching to the sky, inhaling. And 10, bring your arms to your sides. Again, reaching up. 1. Exhale, 2, forward fold. Inhale, 3, lengthen your spine. Left leg back first, then the right. Exhale, plank pose. Little soften the elbows. Try to use the arms along the side, the arms and the sides of your torso here. Bring down your knees, untuck your toes. Bring your pelvis towards the hands. Lift out of your shoulders. Gaze down. Downward facing dog or puppy. 5 breaths. Resting pose. The uplift in the low belly. One more time, breathe deeply. Weight goes back into the legs. Press your hands, weight back. 7, coming forward to the half lift. 8, folding in, release the breath. Lead with the top of the head, standing up, 9. And 10, bring down your arms. Bring your hands together so the pinkies touch. Feel that space with sun, with flowers, with joy, your choice. And seal the hands together. Left leg stepping back first to warrior A, ankling the heel. Take a moment here to work into your standing lunge, facing the front of the mat. Knee over the ankle, center is important here. Rib cage towards the front. Scoop your right elbow under your left and hug your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Bring your hands towards the sky or keep them on the shoulders. 5 breaths. Jaw relaxed, eyes steady, downward center gaze. And exhale, release your arms. Reach them up, breathe in. Breathe out, open to the side, warrior E. Give yourself a few breaths to change to the side facing. Turn your head to the front, shoulders down. One more time. Straighten your front leg for a long stance triangle. Just don't put pressure on your knee. You just float your hand, the back of your hand by your leg and reach up. Tailbone a little heavy. And 5, navel center drawing in. Releasing back upright, turn to wide parallel feet, refine if needed. Exhale, slide your hands down your legs. So for some bodies, it needs to be a knee bend, extended out. Weave your fingers. If you'd like to come down to your ankles or big toes, elbows drawing wide, belly up. Shoulders up into the body, against gravity. Finish and exhale, breathe one more time. The inhale, come up, make space for it, come up partway. Exhale, head reaches towards the ground. Inhale, strong legs coming up. Work your way back to the top section of your mat. All part of the practice is transitions, mindful mountains. Warriors to the second side, right leg back. Rib cage towards the front as you bend out your knee and lower. Work with your feet. The feet seal into the earth throughout the practice of standing poses. Pull the elbows wide. And then hug the shoulders, the other side, tuck your chin. Change to the eagle arms if you would like. Releasing any excess effort. Where might that be? Know yourself. Part of why we're here. Svadhyaya. Self-study. With compassion. One more time. Release your arms. Sweep them up for one breath in, traditional upward reach. Turn your back foot to the side of your mat, reach your arms front and back. Know yourself here. So I have the tendency to throw my rib cage forward, keep my shoulders high. What is it in your body where you need to pay attention? Do so. bodies appreciate our compassion. One more time. Exhale, bring down your arms, straighten your leg. Triangle pose, leaning out to the side, reaching up and down. Gaze sideways towards the sky. Press your feet into the earth. Open feet. One more time. Inhale, rise. Turn to wide parallel feet on the second side. And then turn your toes out and come down the center into Utkacha Konasana, goddess pose. Arms out, palms up. Bend your elbows so your palms face your ears. 5 breaths. Roots of the big toes rounding. Maybe the tail scoops underneath a little bit. 4, 5. Release your arms, straighten your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Step, step. Tree pose of your choice with your right leg turning out from your hips, so the toes can stay on the ground if that is most stable. We have to bring ourselves to center in this pose. So one of my favorite hand positions is the Hakini Mudra, which is the fingertips together. Promotes memory and concentration. So setting your branch, take a moment with that without judgment. Lift out of the standing leg, hip is helpful. Legs work together. And let your hand position support your concentration. If you need to come out, you can come back in. Touching the now. One more breath. And release. Awareness. Shift back to center, pause. Other side, using your hands to guide your legs into the shape, or go ahead and take the mudra, fingertips together. Work your way into centering, using the hand position for concentration. Eyes steady, breath steady. Keep finding those little glimpses of stillness. One more time. Seal your hands together and release your leg back to the floor. Shifting to the left leg again for figure 4. Feet above the knee. You can repeat tree pose instead. Doing the squat version, lowering the hips, bowing forward. Again, taking the fingertips version if you would like. Promotes coordination and cooperation in the hemispheres of the brain. Improves memory and concentration. One more time. Release with awareness. Seal your hands. One more, shifting. Work into tree or figure 4. You can stop at any point. If you enjoy the squat, keep your foot right across your foot. Come on down and then lift it to the fingertips again. The eyes of the hands. Being open to the experience. One more breath. Whatever the outer shape looks like is not as important as the inner work. And release. A few circles with the hips in both directions just to release from all that steadiness, bring a little more fluid back in. And on that note, touching the pinky fingers with the thumbs, that is the fluid mudra, the fluid gesture, our watery nature. Bring your shoulders in. And come to mountain. Bringing a little peak above your head. Deep roots into the earth. One more breath. And release down your arms. Right leg back. Straight leg stance. Just a step back. Roll the shoulders in. Knuckles or palms together. Inhale. Parsvottanasana. Side stretching pose. Leaning forward. It's okay if your front knee bends. Reach to the top of your head. Elbows towards the sky. Trust the spreading feet. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale. Change sides, keep your arms. If you need to reduce the degree of that while you change, that's fine. Come on back in, set your arms where you work. Breathe in. It's okay if you're still figuring out where you work. Start small, grow gradually. Big toe gaze, long neck. Jaw is relaxed, lips sealed, spacious in the roof of the mouth. One more breath. Follow your inhale, press your feet, come up. Exhale, release, relax. Stepping to mountain, infinities with the hands and wrists. Feel the energy of them. Close into loose fists, infinities again. Just move your wrists and seal them into your legs. Seal your hands. Reaching up one more time. Standing, reach up. Coming to the forward fold. Lean forward, tilt out of your hips, out of your pelvis to come out and down. Encircling the big toes or holding your elbows. So first two fingers on the inside and thumbs on the outside. Elbows wide, shoulders up, head down. 5 breaths. Padangusthasana. Big toe pose. Foot big toe. Just like it looks. Inhale for 4. Exhale. One more time. Just the right amount in your body. When that is complete, bend your knees, spread your hands, bring back your right leg, and bring it down to the earth. Have a moment for the transition to Anjaneyasana, the low lunge where we bring the knee forward towards the toes, lengthening the hip flexors on the back leg. Settle your shoulders down your back. Where would your hands like to be? It could be on the floor or on the knee or up in the air. If you're content, why change? One more time, breathe deeply. Press strongly into the front foot, inhale, changing sides. Guide your knee towards your toes, finding that just right amount. This is a back bend. So pay attention, your pelvis, your low back. Settle your hands, breathe 5 times. Where can you bring softness and sweetness to balance the steadiness? face, feet. One more exhale. Press strongly in the front foot, release, and bring it back. Beside the other knee. Threading the needle pose, if you want some cushioning, you may add it. Coming down to tabletop. Round your spine, draw your navel way up towards your spine. Release and pump that a few times. So navel in and release. Keep your cat spine. Relax. Right arm opens to the side to any degree. Just go as far as it feels good. Opening, breathing in. Follow your exhale. Thread the needle. Drive that hand through. Lower carefully to the skull above your ear. You can bring in a pillow for your shoulder or your head. And then refine your balancing hand. Maybe your feet come together, big toes touching. 5 slow breaths. Navel towards the spine. You may take your left hand away from the floor if you want to. It's more steady if you leave it on the ground. One more breath. The side you are facing, that leg goes straight back. That's the left leg. Then out to the side, you're going to start to be able to see it. And then rise up with your leg to the side and go into gate pose variation, Parigasana. Be with the energy of each form. Letting each choice support your well-being and contentment. Breathing out one more time. Release, back to tabletop for the other side. Maybe reset your knees on a new spot if you have gotten close to the earth through your mat. And then open out, inhale. Exhale, coming down. Feet can come together as you guide yourself into the thread of the needle. Head down mindfully, refine, and then hold steady. Try to keep your new perspective you have here free of judgment, no matter what is in your path of vision. Don't be disturbed. Okay, the releasing into gate pose. So bring your right leg back in space. Sweep it out to the side, toes forward. Come on up, release your threaded needle and side bend. Feel the vital energy increase by the practice. Grounding both feet, one more breath. And release. Coming through to sit down. If you wanted to flow through, you could do that, or just come and sit down. Know yourself. Tucking yourself into seated pose. Forming that Dhyana Mudra with your fingers. Fingers up, thumbs and index fingers touching. Settle. The wisdom gesture, consciousness. Bring your right hand to your heart center with this gesture. One more time. this the meditation practice. Just a few breaths, the right attitude. Release your hands. Spread your legs out in front of you. Pointing the toes, fingers behind you, or hands behind you, fingers forward. Lift your chest, gaze down your nose. Lift your hips if you would like to. Get my feet onto the mat. Front body. So just lift your chest or lift your hips. You can keep your chin tucked or take it back if it works for your body, if your body doesn't mind. Arms strong and straight. 4, one more breath. Release whatever you have been lifting and guide your feet together and your knees apart. Finding center by rocking side to side. Bring your feet in towards your pelvis, holding your ankles and lean out and down. Reach your heart forward. One more time, breathing out. Inhale, coming up. Draw your knees together. Bring your feet out in front of you, hold your shins and round your spine, hanging back, stretch your shoulders. So you have to really keep your feet grounding. Hold the shins firmly. Round spine, chin tuck, tail top. One more breath. And rise up and bring your feet in close, widening your knees, bringing your heart through Malasana pose. Each pose is an energetic form. It's more about the intention than the outer shape. Heart through, one more breath. Lean back to release, bring your knees together. Stretch out your right leg. Bring your left knee out to the floor. You may give it some elevation. Without facing your straight leg today, come out. Just follow your chest out and down to your own degree. This knee could bend on the straight leg. Once you're here, you may relax. Curious attitude, one more breath. Inhale, resist a little bit as you come up. Changing sides. Not facing the straight leg today, but just following your heart forward and down. Stretch out your arms, bring your head down. Four. One more time. Exhale completely. Inhale, coming up. Spending the last quarter of our practice down on the mat. So clothing, supports for rest. Do you need a sip of water? Lie down. Resist if you would like, or just lie down. Knees in, rock side to side. Long neck. And then straightening out your legs. This is called the Pand Mudra, Takadi Mudra. Feet together and active. It's like you're lying down in mountain pose. Long neck, ground your arms into the earth beside you. Draw your toes towards your knees. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out, navel towards the spine. So the pond is the belly. So we're grounding strongly into the belly center. It'd be okay if your knees are bent. This is about the belly center, so work with yourself. Breathe in deeply, twice more. Exhale, feel the downward movement of your ribs. One more time. Expand, contract, and ground. And it's from that grounded place that we learn to lift our legs off the ground. So maybe do that with your knees bent one at a time, just trying to keep the toning in the low belly so you don't disturb your back. Or legs straight if you have that in your practice. Reach them up into the air, reach them towards you, cross your hands and lift your hips off the ground a little bit. Little plow pose preparation. If this is too much, put your fists under your pelvis and lower onto them. For Nahalasana, preparation for plow pose. Come on into your own way of practicing if you already have it in your practice. Hala hala, pulling the plow of conditioned existence. It's one of the things that we're letting go of with yoga practice. Dragging your feet through the dirt, one more breath. Release off your hands if you're doing that style and lower your legs away from you until you feel gently challenged again in the low belly in the pool. Extended foot pose, bring out your hands in the same angle, 5 breaths. Where do you sense the energy in your body? Bring your legs back overhead and bend your knees so your legs are parallel to the floor. Feet together. Lift your head, leave your fingers behind your skull. Lift your head and lower. Lift and lower, not straining the neck at all because you're supporting with your hands. Small lift, twice more. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Release your head to the earth, knees in and wide. Your favorite wide pose on the back is fine. Happy baby or wide straight legs. Options. Moving meditation. Increasing the inner light. Exhale, feel complete. Guide your knees back together. Lower your feet to the earth one at a time, letting both knees go over towards the right side. So customize that arrangement. You can even do the twisted roots where you cross your legs if you like to. Roll your head away. Let your hands rest on your torso somewhere. Maybe one near the belly, one near the heart. Eyes softening down the nose. Exhale, until you feel complete. Head returns to center, and then the legs over to the other side. You may do something similar on this side. Hands resting on the body, head rolling away from the knees. Lengthening exhales. Feel each exhale create that pool in the low belly, that groundedness, that downward apanic energy. One more time, slowly, slowly breathe out. Head back to center. Stretch your legs out. Give yourself the support you need for resting pose. Pillows and blankets, eye coverings. A few full yogic breaths. Inhale, belly, ribs, collarbones. Exhale, reverse. Again, inhale slowly. And exhale. Let the breath start to find its own pace, its own pattern. Each exhale becoming heavier, releasing your weight into the earth. The inhales, let yourself be filled with lightness and light. While exhaling, let go of everything heavy and dark within you. Relax the entire body. Emptying breaths. Plenty of time. Continue to soften. Drop into this moment. Receive rest. Prana manifests in stillness. Throat soft and open. The pauses between the breaths might lengthen here. Not needing to make a conscious effort, but just allowing for emptiness and fullness. And the gentlest stirrings, observing a sense of freedom and light, joy and peace. Be aware of these qualities that you have generated or liberated with your practice today. All that we need is inside of us. The invitation for the releasing of your stillness. What's your journey like to be here? What do you like to do to change from stillness? Use your hands on your torso, just being your own sense of touch, awareness. We can add the interlaced fingers behind the skull for that symbolism of the new beginnings, the break of day, the rise of the sun. And let yourself be filled with those qualities, welcoming, brightness, and light. Eyes gradually opening to the light. Stepping in your legs one at a time. Choosing a side to roll to. With practice, this transition from the side body to sitting becomes more fluid. Rolling towards your face. Get that top hand on the earth until you can get the bottom hand on the earth, and then use them both to come up and sit in a way that supports your happiness. You can fold your legs or as you like. Feel the energy flow. Rest the hands into each other and into the heart. The salutation gesture, bringing repose cooperation, and harmony, and symbolizing our respect for fellow humans. Much gratitude. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining me.